Hey, how's it going everyone? Craig here from Soundiron, and in today's video we're going to be checking out our newest library, Squiggly Amejewar, which is the newest installment in the Hopkin Instrumentarium series in collaboration with master instrument builder Bart Hopkin. While sampling this instrument, we captured it in 3 different ways with close mics, pickups, and contact mics, so you have a few different tonal options to choose from. And we also recorded 8 round robin with 6 velocity layers. Alright, so now I'm going to play for you some of the sounds. This is the library right out of the box, so we have all 4 layers loaded up, so let's give it a listen. So I have a different microphone position in each layer. So in layer 1 we have mic A, and then we have mic B in layer 2, and then layer 3 we have mic C. And then in layer 4 you can hear those ambiences. So I'm going to mute these, and we're just going to have a listen to some of these different layers by themselves, or some of the different microphone positions by themselves. So let's check that out. So you can hear it definitely has that sitar quality to it. It's really cool because, like a lot of these instruments, I love the fact that it sounds like an instrument that you're familiar with, but it's a different take. So if you're trying to conjure up the sound of that specific instrument, but you want it done in a bit of a different way and a little bit more of a unique to its own kind of sound, these are definitely cool for that. All right, so now let's have a listen to mic B. So you can hear definitely a different tonal character. Now let's have a listen to mic C. So we also have some different articulations that we recorded with this instrument. So this is the plucked no mod that you've been hearing. So now let's listen to the plucked mod, and we're going to go back to mic A. And then we have some open strings. So this is the open string D. Let's check out the next one. And what's really awesome about being able to choose these open strings is that each one has their own sort of unique character to them. So if you want something that's a little bit darker, you might choose maybe this open string G1. And then let's check out this one. This is the open string C2. And then we also have some effects, and what's cool about these is that they're all laid out on the keyboard, but if you want to choose one specific effect and spread it across the key range, it's really easy to do that. So I'm just going to play for you some of the different effects, and then I'll show you how to map them across the key range if you want to do that. So it's like some different slides and things like that. So if, let's say, you want to take that specific effect and stretch it across the key range, you just click this little button right here on the top right of where you have the drop downs. So you just click that, select the effect that you want, and you'll see now it's mapped. So you can have that effect all across the key range. And then maybe if you take something like that and then you want to layer in some ambiences with that, you can get some really cool and unique sounds. Alright, so now I want to play for you some of the sound design ambiences that we created using the source content of this library. So there's 20 to choose from. Now let's have a listen to some of these. It almost sounds like a sitar in space. Then we have some other sound design textures that are a little bit more grainy and a little bit gritty to them, so let's check these out. So let's check out one more. This one's a little bit more of a moody type of sound, which you might use in like a indie drama or something like that. So let's check that out. So something I like to do is being able to take different ambiences and combine them together, or being able to crossfade between them. So right now in layer 3, I have this ambience 19 loaded up. And then in layer 4, I had this ambience 16 loaded up. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to learn my mod wheel to the X fade right here. And then the next thing you have to do to assign to be able to crossfade between is have the layers selected. And then if you want to go from layer 3 to layer 4, you just set layer 3 to layer A and layer 4 to layer B. So now we can crossfade between. So let's check that out. So now we're bringing in that little bit of that moody kind of ambience. So if we want to soften it up a little bit. So I really like that ambience on layer 3 since it's got a little bit of that plucky movement to it, so it gives a little bit of motion. And then if you want to start adding some more effects, let's say maybe you want to make it a little bit more ambient, you can head over here to the effects rack, and we have two different racks to choose from. So you have rack 1 here, which is loaded up, and then you have rack 2. So if you want to add in some effects, right now we already have a convolution reverb loaded up. So if we want to turn that on, maybe we want to set this to a different type of room. So we can do maybe far C, and then we already have this turned on, just make sure it's lit up. Now let's check this out. Increase the mix. So you can get a little bit more of that reverb tail on these sounds. So let's check this out. And then we have some other effects. So let's swap this out for, let's see, we have some delays, some reverb. Maybe let's try this chorus right here. Turn this on, let's check this out. So a lot of really cool effects in the effects rack that can really take these sounds even further into sound design territory. So a few other things about the user interface that I want to mention before we start checking out some of the custom effects presets. So for each of these layers, you have these different sound shaping controls. You got volume, attack, offset, release with a couple different options. Also this width control right here, which is really cool. Then this vibrato depth and rate, as well as pan with some options right here for auto pan. And then you can also play around with the pitch. So that's for each layer, and then you also up here have this advanced tab, and this is also per layer too, so you can use this for each layer, have them all set up different. So if you want to have an LFO on one with like an ARP, and then if you want another one with a filter, you can do that. So a lot of really cool options, and a lot of the custom effects presets utilize a lot of these different features. All right, so now let's go ahead and check out some of the custom effects presets. There's 20 to choose from, and they're all designed to be used in different ways. You can modify them however you wish if you want to make them fit your track a little bit more specifically. So let's check out some of these. This one's called ARPS MW. Alright, so that about wraps up this walkthrough for Squiggly Amejewar. If you want to learn more about this library or any of the other Hopkin Instrumentarium products, make sure to head over to Soundiron.com. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.